Hello everyone. I'm going to talk about something that's been heavily commented on, very heavily, about Christianity. I've seen it commented on a little bit, but I'm going to talk about in this video, and that's sort of this topic in the area of pantheism, or pantheisms. And it's basically about how pantheism is not really just one viewpoint, it's several different viewpoints. And it's the belief that nature is God, some could say. Some could say the belief that the universe is God. Some could say the belief that the natural laws of the universe is God. Some could say that all existence is God. And that's just part of it. There are some who object to using the term God and might use the term divine. There was another pantheist who I encountered who really doesn't believe in divinity or using the term God, who still identifies as a pantheist. Maybe might talk about the interconnectedness of everything. And there are some who see everything as separate, but it all is sacred in its own way. And then these are just simply using the term pantheism. Then there are the different supposedly types of pantheism. There's like scientific pantheism, which has a heavy emphasis on science. And then there's naturalistic pantheism, which I think has a strong emphasis on the earth. And then there's dualistic pantheism, which is very sort of very balanced between good, bad, male, female, this, that. There are always two sides, and everything is balanced, sort of the yin yang. And then we have sort of things that are maybe in the area of pantheism, but might not necessarily be considered pantheism, but maybe variants based off of it, like panentheism. I've seen two different definitions of panentheism. One is the belief that all existence is within God, that God is something bigger. And then there's the other viewpoint that God is within everything. Wow. Two different definitions, and they're almost the exact opposite. And then we have panpsychism, which is basically the belief that nature has a conscience. Then there's pandeism, kind of a combination of pantheism and deism. Deism is the belief in a separate God that created the universe but is now natural, or neutral, sorry. Yeah, it's natural. And then pandeism is basically the belief that there was some sort of God or something that pre-existed the universe and then became the universe. Then I made a comment, how about polypantheism, the belief in two gods, one that created the universe and one that is the universe? But there might actually be people who could be called polypantheists. And then you could maybe also say monopantheism, polypantheism, polymonopantheism, polymonopantheistic deism. You can, yeah, it's very weird. And then there are several different religions, like Hinduism and Buddhism, both can embrace pantheism. There are definitely a lot of different groups and forms of Hinduism that have hold the stance of pantheism. Then there are several different groups of pagans who could also be identified as pantheists. And I mean, I know of quite a few atheist Jews, so pantheist Jews, pantheist Judaism. And if I go back to Judaism, I'll probably be one. But there are probably quite a few, maybe. Then there are all these arguments with pantheists about things like the topic of religion and this and that, and it's I could probably go on for hours about that, but I'm gonna keep this brief. But basically, pantheism is very diverse, and the same goes for everything. Like for all different religions and all different perspectives, there are when you get into details, multiple people might have multiple perspectives on the perspective, and it just goes on and on to all these. It's pretty diverse. And really, I think each individual overall has their own individual perspective. But that's basically all I have to say. Thank you for watching. Shalom.